Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Certainly, we are all familiar with this classic children's song. Given just these three notes, whose mind isn't filled with visions of dancing, of holding hands, of silly collapse, and of all other manners of gaiety? It's a jolly song, to be sure, but what is often overlooked is its true origin. It is a song about death and the plague. It is a song about red welts and pestilent sores. It is a song about the foul stench these wounds exhaled, masked, albeit poorly, by filling the pockets of the sick with posies. It is a song that knows it takes more than just flowers to stave off a virulent plague, as the ashy corpses of the burnt bodies of its victims can attest to. It's fascinating how meanings change over time. Another example, also musical, is the album. A collection of songs held together either stylistically or thematically has been a mainstay of pop music for nearly 50 years. The term album comes from the early days of recording, when the shorter playback times of 78s required that suites of music be sold together in bound sets. The term album was actually just a simple description of the product. As a collection of shorter media, listeners could arrange playback in ways which suited them. With the advent of long-playing albums, the sequencing of songs was locked down. Leveraging new controls over their listening audiences, recording artists began to carefully consider the ordering of songs for their records, often writing multiple pieces in the service of a single concept. These considerations have yielded mixed results, but they must be acknowledged if we are to understand the intentionality of artists who've recorded in the past half-century. The advent of MP3 systems no longer necessitates the compiling of songs into albums. Individual songs have become discrete entities in the pool of the macro collection. This development might make the grouping together of songs seem irrelevant, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Only by being freed from the bounds of technical necessity can albums become truly, purely aesthetic concerns. If art can be defined as the ordering of nature according to human aesthetic sensibilities, then albums defined by the recording length of CDs or LPs can never reach their true artistic potential. Bringing songs together as albums is finally becoming a fully liberated artistic tool. As photography liberated painting from observational realism, it ignited a revolution in thought and technique. So may the seeming end of single album playback devices yield new emphasis and inspiration to those artists who choose to consider the direct relationships of their songs to each other. May it also provide renewed vigor in analyzing the choices made by past recording artists, and revitalize pleasure in listening to the fruits of their labors. Vive l'album!